today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
T.J. Hockenson, 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches. At the
here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Lions first down.
They get it to Funchess on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Second and 12, operating from the 39.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards. Third down here.
Third down and 12.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. And down he goes.
The quarterback sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
First down, Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
At the 25-yard line.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. Third and goal. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
The quarterback is.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Here's second and 8.
8-yard line.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is able to take this way down into the Detroit territory.
Giants, first down.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
On first down, Jacobs. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. 2nd and 11.
The Lions, 12-yard line.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants defense now ready as they trot back out onto the field. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Complete. It's 3rd down and 14.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
A 10-yard loss on the play.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Carry on Johnson, the ball carrier.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Lions, nothing.
They'll look to throw here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 13.
The New York set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Giants. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 87 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And one thing we haven't pointed out yet, probably should, you got a dome team on the road, January, cold weather. How tough is that, or is that something that really shouldn't come into play?
Well, it shouldn't come into play, but let's face it, if you've been a dome team all year and used to a controlled environment, you need to get yourself outside a little bit for practice during the week, and that's what most of these teams do, because just because they play in a dome doesn't mean they don't have bad weather outside to work in, so they can do that, get their guys acclimated, and then that way, it takes it all the way when you get to game day in a foreign place.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Quarterback is sacked. A loss of 8 yards.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting...
And he's going to go down again.
Quarterback sacked.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team.
And now look at him go.
Oh, yeah, that's how
and
you
he will
do it.
take it on in for a giant touchdown. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Kenny Galladay and the Lions set to go to work again. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A big run there by Johnson.
59 yards.
59 yards for him on the ground. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Giants' 18-yard line.
On 2nd down, Johnson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
3rd down.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A 39-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
The kick is
and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
28. Lions.
Now that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems.
Oh, and this is going to wind up with safety. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9 yards.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
2nd and 7.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Johnson. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
From behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout.
4th down.
As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
As we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. Right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So we've come upon half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
Lions 5. Tyler.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will make it into the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And some space here. It's a foot race. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Smart. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
The gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there in just 4 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
26-yard line.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Hey, here we go.
His throw incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 9 yards to go.
Giant rush gets home as down he goes.
It's sacked. A loss of 9 yards.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 70 yards on the pickup. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll keep it on the ground. Smart. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards, but now it'll be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 7 yards to go.
Mike, check. 59. I got one.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for TJ.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 92 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 6 yards.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the pressure gets to him again.
The quarterback is sacked. A loss of...
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Antonio Gandy Golden.
The pass.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
The Giants take over 1st and 10. At their own 23.
Nick Mullins in the offense set to take over. They haven't had to rely so much on the passing game. It's really been a team effort in the running game that's kept them successful and has them in the lead.
I like that, too, the team effort, because when I was growing up, one guy carried the football, right? You stuck it in his chest 20 to 30 times a game, and he was the heavy volume, heavy dose guy. Now, you spread it around, different people touching it, and in this game, it's proven to be effective.
And spreading the wealth has been very effective. They go play action here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And this offense is running away with this one. Tucker now to add the point after.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
6. Lions 5.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Johnson.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 49-yard line.
Line's 59. Line's 59. Here we go.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Complete.
12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Detroit.
Back to throw here. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
To Devin Funchess.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 29-yard line.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Detroit.
Bryan Edwards, 29 yards. And the Lions gain a bit of respectability.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or 2.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. They'll run on first down. Smart. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Just like that. Just like that. 59.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Quarterback sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he's going to go down again.
Quarterback is sacked. A loss of 3 yards.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10. at their own 21-yard.
New York ready to go again offensively. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Now a play fake here on first down. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Miles Boykin, 79 yards. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Covered by Patrick Queen.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
And he'll be tackled inside his own 15. The decision to bring it out cost him some yardage. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And all the way down to the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brought down at the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They'll keep it on the ground. Smart. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record. and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, check.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throw here's incomplete. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Galladay, but now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Mike 59. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
A loss of 7 yards.
Pressure can come from all over when we're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And the Giants season will continue at least another week as we say so long, everybody.